Welcome back, guys. Now, in this section, what we're going to have a look at is how to record your meeting, okay? It may be something that you want to do. Obviously, if you're going to record your meeting, you need to let all the people who are attending the meeting know that you're going to record the meeting and make sure that you get consent from them. But a useful reason why you might want to record with Zoom is if you maybe have a class. So you may, if you teach classes online, you may want to record certain segments of the class yourself. So you can either do that live when the meeting is going on, or you can just do it on your own on your PC. Just load up a Zoom meeting with just you and just go through your screens and record that way. So I just want to run through and show you where it is and how easy it is to use, okay? So again, as the host, on your toolbar down the bottom, you will see there's a button that says record. So all you simply do is press the record button and the meeting will start to record. Once you press the record button, you will hear in your headphones or your speakers, you will hear it saying, this meeting is about to record. So you'll actually hear somebody telling you it's about to record. People will often say to me, well, how do I know as a participant if this meeting is being recorded? Well, what you'll see is this screen here in front of you. This will be up in the top left-hand corner of your screen. So while you're sitting attending the meeting, this will pop up and you will see it there, and you'll see it has a lock and it says recording. So you'll know that the actual meeting is being recorded, okay? So while the meeting is being recorded, the host, if they want at any point, can stop the recording, pause it for a few minutes and then resume. So if they want to do that, once the recording starts, the buttons then change to a pause and a stop recording. So as I said, if they want to pause, they press the pause button and it'll pause, press it again and it will continue to record. And then once you're finished and you don't want to record anymore, you simply press the stop button. When you press the stop button, a little screen will appear in front of you where it tells you that the recording will be converted to an MP4 when the meeting ends. And that's fine. So it goes off then, and then another little screen pops up where it tells you that the meeting is now being converted, okay? So again, that takes a couple of minutes and it goes off doing its little convert in the background. Now, once it actually has converted it, it puts it onto a folder on your PC or into the cloud. It really depends on where you want to store the recording, okay? If you've got the free version of Zoom, you can only, it will only save it to your PC. Whereas if you've got the subscription version of Zoom, it gives you the option to save it to the cloud or to your PC. Now, the only thing I will say to you about saving it onto your PC, when you do that, video files, as I'm sure you know, can be quite big. So if you're recording a lot of information and you're saving them onto your PC or your laptop, they're going to take up quite a bit of space. So it might be no harm maybe getting an external drive and copying those videos onto it or whatever. But you don't have that problem if you've got the subscription version. If you're paying for the Zoom, you can store it in the cloud. And when it's in the cloud, you can take it back at any time, or you can give people links and so on to it, okay? So as I said, if it's stored on your machine, it just puts it into a folder. Usually the folder name is the name of the meeting and also the date and time that the meeting took place, okay? And then you can do whatever you like with the files. You can send them on to people, put them up on websites, convert them, do whatever you want, okay? And where you can also see the information is in the web portal. And we're going to have a look at the web portal later on. But basically the web portal is logging into Zoom through the internet. And once you do that, you have a little bit more functions. And this is where we're going to show you how to switch some of the settings on and off and so on. But it's a very useful place if you need to look for your recordings, okay? And if you've got the free version, it just under local recordings, so recordings and then local recordings, it just gives you the information of whereabouts on your PC you stored that information. If it's a paid version, you'll click on the cloud recordings, and once you do that, again, it will give you the information, but it will also give you options where you can actually share the recording that's on the cloud, okay? But as I keep stressing, that only comes with the paid version, okay? Now, the next thing that we're going to have a look at is how to change your virtual background. So sometimes people will say to me, what is changing your virtual background? Well, basically what changing your virtual background is if you've got kind of your PC or your laptop is sitting in an area that's kind of maybe a bit messy, or probably what's more relevant at the minute is because lots of people are working from home, and in some houses you could have 2 or 3 people working in the house every day, you might find it difficult to find a quiet place in the house for when you are hosting and attending Zoom meetings. So we'll just say, for argument's sake, you may be sitting in the kitchen because it's the only place that you've got a space in the house at the moment. And when you're sitting in the kitchen, where you're sitting, people are walking behind you to go and put the cup of tea on or get a cup of coffee or whatever it is. So to be fair, you're sitting there, you don't really notice it because you're looking at your screen, but the people who are attending the meeting can see you and they can see all this activity going on behind you. So what you might want to do is, you might want to put up what they call a virtual background. So what the virtual background basically is a picture, and it blanks out everything that's behind you. So if you still have people walking up and down, they won't be seen, okay? So it's kind of useful, and it's a very, very simple setting, and I'm going to show you how to put it on, okay? What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to demo it, because I think to demo it might be a little bit easier, okay? So we'll just pop back into our Zoom, okay? So once we pop into our Zoom, we look down at our toolbar again, and on our toolbar, if we go over to where it says Start Video, there's a little arrow there. And if we click on the little up arrow, it gives us the options. Do we want to choose our virtual background? So if we click on Choose the Virtual Background, what it basically does is it brings up your screen, so you can see me there, and you can see my white background in the background there, okay? So you can also see it has some pictures that has picked up from my PC. So if I want to use any of these pictures, I simply click on the picture. And once I do that, it puts the picture behind me. So now you can't see anything that was behind me. So we'll just go back to what we see. So there's my printer in the background, and there's a plug socket behind me. So once I put that virtual background up, you can't see any of that behind me now. Now what you will find, sometimes there's a bit of a haze over your heads there. Depending on your graphics card in your PC, if you've got an old PC or an old laptop, when you tend to put these pictures on, it becomes very, very hazy, okay? And that's generally because of maybe the graphics or video card that's in your PC. But the PCs and laptops that are a bit newer, you find it's a bit better. This laptop that I'm using is only 1 year old, and you can see it's not too bad at all. So you can pick whichever ones you like. You can use the holiday photos if you've got any pictures on your PCs or whatever it is. There's a lovely beach. Or you can bring in your own. So you can have your John Travolta in Pulp Fiction in the background. So you basically select whichever one you want, and once you do that, it hides out what's in the background. A bit of a tip, I suppose, because, you know, you might find, as I said, with the halo effect going over the picture, you may not like that. So what I would say to you is, maybe just get a blank picture. Go onto the internet, have a look, and just get maybe a white background, a blue background, whatever plain background you can think of, and just put that in the background, and it will just be that colour. And again, it will knock out any distractions that you might have in the back of your screen or whatever, okay? So that was very, very straightforward. I'm going to leave you at that now, and we'll see you in the next session. Thank you very much.